Good afternoon. My name is Yannette Traver. I am a Department of Nursing student with University of Texas at Arlington. This course is Leadership and Complex Health Systems with Dr. Candy Constantine Castillo. The leadership book review for the title I've chosen is called Drive by Daniel H. Pink. Daniel Pink is a law school graduate who has never practiced law. He's a 5-time New York Times bestselling author who focuses on business, work, creativity, and behavior. His books have received numerous awards and have been translated into 46 languages. He lives in Washington, D.C. with his family. His title, Drive, is what we will be discussing today. The joy of the task is its own reward. That is the basic premise by which he establishes his book. The purpose of this book is to reframe the way we think about what motivates human behavior. He successfully argues that a sense of autonomy has a powerful effect on individual performance and that humans are intrinsically motivated to contribute to the organizations around them. There are 4 aspects of work: what people do, when they do it, how they do it, and whom they do it with. He cites research from several researchers from the fields of economics and behavior and psychology to establish his argument of what drives us. And it has 3 components. There are 3 components to motivation, which include autonomy, which is being in control of how and what we do; mastery, which is improving ourselves and our skills; and purpose, which is working towards something worthwhile. Those 3 things together move us from motivation 1.0 through to what ultimately he argues is our goal of motivation 3.0. In motivation 1.0, humans are motivated simply by survival. We do things so that we can survive. We hunt so we can eat. And motivation 2.0 is the reward and punishment base, what he calls the carrot and stick, which is often what our compensation is based off of in today's business models. And motivation 3.0 is where ultimately our goal, he argues, should be, where employers, through their practices and their expectations and the way they've set up the environment, foster self-motivated and self-driven employees to contribute. The target audience for this book is anyone who's interested in increasing or fostering high performance and satisfaction at work, at school, or at home. Humans, he argues, all humans are naturally motivated. However, not all humans are self-directed. The author focuses on the mismatch between what science knows and what business does, and examines what he identifies as the 3 elements of the true motivation: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Using research and science from the fields of economics and psychology, he presents the research and the evidence in a very easy to understand way. It is described and defined in very approachable ways so that you can understand. It is a popular press title and not an academic text. There are glossaries, there are user guides, and there are even discussion questions for book clubs that are all found within the book. The book is organized in such a way that if you want to revisit a topic, it's easy to find. There are several parts and glossaries that are set up so that you know exactly where to find the information that you might be looking for. Some of the weaknesses of this book are heavily discussed in Reddit threads where managers claim that there's not enough practical advice in order to implement the theories of this book. One of the heaviest critics comes from Dr. Fiona McQuarrie, who is an author and researcher in organization and work behavior. She claims that his assertion that things haven't changed much since the 1960s is incorrect, and she does so citing the significant amount of research that is available in recent years and including other theories that are available. His, meaning the author, Daniel Pink's type 10 and type 1 theories are anecdotal and lack empirical research. There is a selectivity of authors discussed. The authors that he discussed are well known in their fields. However, there are several others that are not even mentioned. Some of the premises would be very difficult to implement in some settings, one of them being healthcare. Because of the task-oriented nature of some of the work, it would be very difficult to allow some of the flexibility or implement some of his ideas for business that might be more appropriate in other settings. If the author's primary objective was to simply change the way we think about what motivates us, he has been successful. Two examples of this are with Atlassian, an Australian-based company who was an early adopter of its theories, who shares practical application when what they call plays on their website for managers to implement with their teams in order to begin changing and shaping their organizational environment. Another is with the 2020 research in nursing that discusses self-determination theory in nursing and has overlapping concepts of autonomy, competence, and relatedness as discussed in motivation and what motivates nurses. I would absolutely recommend this book as a title for your leadership library. The National Academy of Medicine stressed the importance of promoting an innovative mindset among nurses in their Future of Nursing 2020-2030 report. We need to think about creative ways to motivate those around us, and we need to shift the way we think about what motivates and drives ourselves. Thank you for your time and attention on this review of Daniel Pink's book, Drive: The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us. References for this presentation can be found on the following slide. Thank you and have a great day.